Rise and shine, Stockton. Join London Mark,
Miz J,
and Alex
for the Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show.
Broadcasting from Stone Soup Studios on the beautiful Miracle Mile.
Join us 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. weekdays as we chop it up about pop culture, politics, and what's going on here in the 209.
Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the TuneIn app. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook by searching Rise and Shine 209.
The Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show. Weekdays, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Good morning, Stockton, Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show. I am Miz J here with London and Alex, one of the best morning show crews I've ever heard. Honestly, I can say that. And today we have a very, very, very special guest. I put extra on it because, you know, she is extra and I love her. I do. Miss Marthella McWilson is in the building.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Finishing a wonderful week. We have our Black History Month week lineup. This week, every day, we have a special guest to talk about the importance of their expertise in the Black community. Today, this lady is going to get us together with our finances, home ownership, the truth about business, and all the things we need to know to get it together.
All right.
And make sure we get in on those New Year's resolutions, because I know there's a couple that was about my money that I already bailed on. And it's like February
can't be
right
bailing
now.
on them.
Yeah, I bailed.
You can get back on track.
We can get back on track. It's
Yes.
still February.
Yes.
We still have time. You know, people always like, oh my God, February's already over. And, you know, I try to find the silver lining and say, you know what, but it's still February.
It really is.
So we still have time. So how are you feeling this morning? Welcome.
I am doing good. Good morning, all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Thank you.
So we're going to get it started today. Those of you who are watching Facebook Live, make sure you go over to the KXVS, the Voice of Stockton Facebook page, to like our page, and you'll be able to watch the full show. I am so grateful for all of you who are watching through my Facebook page. Marthella's going Facebook Live, and there's times London goes on Facebook Live, but you get to get a full view. And you'll get the notification right there, KXVS, the Voice of Stockton on Facebook. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show Facebook page. So thanks, London.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize.
So if you want to see the full scope of the
Trying to be
studio
helpful,
and get everything, thank you for being helpful. Make sure you like the page and log on. So we're going to get started today. It's Black History Month, and I am particularly excited about today's show because this one, not only this one, all of them really affect my life.
Great. I've been
Definitely. Watching. I'm excited. We had your bestie on yesterday,
yes.
Chef Tobias Cooks. We ate everything, so you have nothing left over for today. I was thinking about saving some for you, but you know, it was
no worries. I was there
yeah, that was great. The cannoli and all that. And the day before we had Kyle Hunt, and so today on 2/22 is also Hump Day, isn't it?
It's
London.
Wednesday.
Hump day.
What a great way to get us over the hump to have you here with us to get us together.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So let's get right into it. Tell me a little bit more, or us, our listeners, about exactly what you do as a real estate agent and how does that pertain to finances?
Well, I do everything.
Everything.
Like sometimes you have to know what everyone's position is. Mm-hmm. And so I try to play mine as well as I can, but it's good to know what the escrow officer is supposed to do, the loan officer is supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone is involved. A lot of people think they're just dealing with you, but there are so many people that move the transaction through. And we need everyone's.
So let's start from the beginning. How did you even get into real estate?
Okay, so when I was young, I loved Monopoly.
Monopoly?
The game.
Oh.
Okay.
The actual board game?
The board game, Monopoly.
You know, if you're good at Monopoly, you're good at life.
That's the truth. Because it really does teach you a lot of lessons. So
really?
I was always the Boardwalk Park Place queen. I got it. My friends and family that play with me, they'll tell you to this day. My sister always says I cheated because I was the banker. Really? But truly I wasn't, right? So she kept saying that for a while. And finally I said, you know what? You be the banker. So I relinquished my duty of being a banker, and she was a banker, and guess what? I still won. So I love the concept of Monopoly, and so then as I got a little older, I started playing, walking to school, and there was a new subdivision. So I used to walk into the model homes. I was probably in the 5th or 6th grade at the time, and so I started walking in the homes, and I saw this lady just sitting there. Seemed to be doing nothing. Like she just really just sat there. Come to find out she was a real estate agent. I was like, man, this is something else. I said, so you just sit there all day, wait for people to come in and look at these beautiful houses, already fixed up and staged. And she's like, well, it's a little more than that. But
it's a little bit more.
That's all I saw her do when I walked in from after school. So she's like, yeah, school out. She'll look at her clock. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. I used to like the building of the houses, right? So I used to go in and take a look at that. And then as I got older and started reading more, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that really cultivated
by
me.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, Robert Kiyosaki.
That is an amazing book.
That's an
Rich Dad,
amazing
Poor
book.
Dad. I was introduced to it later because, as most people grow in their careers, you don't hear about the first until it becomes popular.
Right.
So Rich Dad Poor Dad had already been published and out for a while because I heard about it as an adult. But if you haven't,
in 97 when I got into
see, I didn't hear about it until 2000.
Yeah.
But Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He is an amazing advisor, mentor, finance guru, especially for the African American community. Even though he's like Japanese or Korean or some of Asian descent, that story still stands true to our culture.
True.
About the difference between being raised by a rich dad and a poor dad.
And the lessons you learn.
And the lessons you learn with that. So the first steps, thank you, Marthella, to understanding finances, get that book.
Yes, it's a great book.
Yeah.
And then years later, his wife,
Kim
has a book called Rich Woman.
Yeah,
and every
Rich
woman
Woman.
should get that.
Yeah.
Every woman should get that. Really good lessons.
And they're inexpensive.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
you can get it on Amazon. They're at Barnes and Noble. So yeah, the books, I don't even think it's like $20 now because it's so
I don't think
old.
so.
I think it's like $10.
No, they're cheap.
Yeah.
I used to work at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, boom. Thank you, London. Reference.
So that's how I got. That started giving me a little bit more love for it on the real estate side of it, not just sitting behind and watching people come indoors. And so
It takes a little bit more
a little
work.
bit more than that. So I
Okay.
started listening to the stories of him and then his wife later. And then I was in school, and I was actually in school, me and my sister, for nursing. Believe it or not, I was going to be a nurse, y'all. And so I went to Delta, finished all my prereqs for nursing. And at the time, I don't know, I believe it still is that way, where you have to go by lottery. So they picked my sister's name and not mine.
Oh.
Somewhat devastating
So
until she
story
came
of
back.
siblings.
Yes.
I'm
and
glad
she
I was
won.
an only child.
Yeah. You don't have to come back and hear it, right? So happy for her. But, God has a way of getting you where you're supposed to be. So didn't get picked. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I should get a job now. It's like,
Yes,
oh,
I
you can
gotta do
apply
something
next year. I was like, that's a while
A
away.
whole year.
Yeah, so
What am I going to do till then?
yeah. So I was looking for a job, and I ran across a job for a loan officer in January 97. And so, I'm listening to it. Reading it, I'm like, I don't really have that experience.
Right.
What is that? But, I learned quickly. So I ended up going to this interview, setting up this interview, right? So I'm sitting across from the guy, and he's like, his name's Al. He's like, yeah, so you have experience, huh? I was like, let me just be honest. I really don't. But I learned quick.
So you
Show me
Donald
one
Trumped
time.
it? Is that what you're
I
saying?
kinda like
you straight Donald
just got-
Trump
I
as
just got
a
in there.
You
Hey,
just got
fake
in there and was like, you
fake
know
it till you
what?
make it,
I
right?
got enough. I don't have any experience in this,
I really don't.
but I want the job,
I want the job.
and you should have me.
Yeah. and it was so weird. It's like you're interviewing, and then at the same time, it was no salary. There's no showing up doesn't get you paid.
Oh,
and
God.
so it was commission only.
Oh.
Yeah. And then my mom, she had a fit. Rest her peace. she was like, so you're gonna show up at work, you're not gonna get paid unless something closes.
And you have no experience.
And no experience. This is You
That's
picked
the
it
way
this time,
to do
girl.
it. Maybe not. That story's not for everyone, but
It's
that
really
is
not
your
for everyone.
story.
That is my story. It's my life. And so from that point, I there was a trainer named Dan. He trained us, and he had that hardcore. He was a military, and he used to be like, look, when that phone rings, you stand in attention. Because that's money behind there. And so that always, when we used to do our telemarketing calls and call people to refinance their homes in the Bay and everywhere, that always stood in my mind. So stand up, and because when you're standing up and you're talking on the phone, you talk differently.
Really?
Yeah. You stand up, you have to, demand presence. You have, because you have to convince the people on the other line to listen to what you have to say, and they don't know you.
That's a good nugget. I never knew that.
They don't
Did you ever
know
realize when you're you're laying down, even if you're not asleep,
Exactly.
someone calls you and they go, "Oh, are you sleeping? Did I wake you
can
up?" Even if you weren't sleeping, even if you're just
laying
No,
even if you're
'cause
just laying down
laying
looking at your phone.
If I'm laying down, I'm not on my phone. I'm like either asleep or I'm watching TV and not going to answer my phone. But I'm always at a sitting position.
Yeah.
But I've never
But laying down, it is
never
definitely a
thought
difference
about
in your tone.
standing up to talk on the phone. I guess that's why
The airways
all my
are all
clients at
opened
work
up.
knew that I didn't care.
Something to think about.
Oh, see, I learned something new. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm already picking up stuff. I need to have a pen and paper. Those of you who are listening, Alex is
There you
already
go.
on it.
He has a pen and paper.
Yeah, he has the pen and paper ready, so that shows the difference between us all. Cause
I was like, I'm gonna have the keys.
That's right.
yes,
Yes.
the keys. It's time.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue.
That was pretty much it. I trained behind him, and then I just been doing it ever since. So I started in loans in '97, mainly refinancing. In 2000, I started doing more purchase loans, and then I got my real estate license, and then I started selling in 2004.
Wow.
Yeah, been doing it ever since.
So sorry, folks. She's not 12.
Don't tell them.
Even though she looks so young.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you,
she
dear.
does.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go ahead. The world is watching, and you go ahead and dish it up. I'm just saying.
Oh, just
Hey, girl moment.
having a bad hair day. When you go to the
Bad hair
gym,
day.
and when you go to
Yeah, right.
when you go to the
And this
gym,
is all her. That's why I tell
Yeah.
people there's nothing artificial about that.
I try to keep it real.
Thank goodness.
Except the other
Yeah.
3 years, when I wear ponytails every day, fake.
Oh my gosh. We'll talk
do you
about
do
that a
that?
little bit.
I
We got to
know.
stay focused on the
Stay
money
focused.
today.
On the money. We're on the money, y'all.
I'll go ahead and make a confession. Marthella and I are family, so if it seems that I'm a little bit more giddier and being a little bit more
Giddier.
silly,
More there you
Giddier,
go.
yeah.
There we go. More giddy.
giddy. I just made up
It's
a
family.
word.
It's family.
Someone-
It's family.
Someone with the spellman.
You're showing your spelling spirit right there.
I did 5 years for a 4-year degree. It shows.
Hey, long as you did it.
I did it.
Some people can't say that.
Man.
Did they give you the rectangle piece of paper at the end? With your
They
name on
kind of
it?
just kicked me out. It was like,
Well,
we're done with you.
Did they kick you out with the paper?
They didn't care about anything. That stuff comes in the mail.
Did you get the paper?
leave. You get the mail.
Okay,
mail.
then you're okay.
In the mail.
They're like, we'll mail you. Just pack your stuff and get off campus. We
You
got
don't go here anymore.
Don't come back unless you have a check. We'll talk
part.
about that.
She doesn't even go here.
I know. But you know what? I will, since we're joking about that sidebar, I do believe it's still important to invest, in the colleges and schools, even the high schools, your, alma maters, to go back and give. And you did that, London. You went back to talk to your high school
Yay.
English teacher
I
last
took a
week.
visit.
And took a visit.
Visited.
And so
That's awesome.
that's good. So with your career, Marthella,
Yes.
do you have a sense of giving back
Absolutely.
when you are doing your loans? I mean, doing it for so long, helping people get into homes and seeing so many people have that first reaction of giving them the keys. Does it ever get old? Do you have a sense of
Never.
pride? Is it just like a routine? How do you feel about that part?
You know what? That is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And so I created the Marthella's Keys program, right?
Yeah.
And so I used to never be on Facebook. You look at my stream, probably 2016 is when people really started seeing me on Facebook. And then the live recently. But it's such an exciting moment, and it never gets old to me. Especially when you give keys to people that never, ever thought that they would ever be homeowners. And that feeling is, how they it says, be a blessing.
Yeah.
You're blessed by being a blessing. And so that is true to form. And so it's something that I enjoy doing more than anything, actually. And
I
you're like,
love
the
that
check
part.
is good. The check this. But if you go after just the money, there's no joy in that. Yeah, because money, you can spend that in the day you get it.
Right.
The minute you get it, right?
I got some plans
so you
for
have
some
to have
checks
a bigger,
I haven't even received yet.
Well, it's in the mail. Check's in the mail for you. But that is the true joy that I get by being able to give people what they've always dreamed about. Microphone. Thank you. Forget that's there. So, I enjoy that part of it. Being able to pass the keys, fix people's credit, people that thought they couldn't buy, end up buying. And it's a deep joy, passion that I have.
That's good. One thing that I love watching you on Facebook is that she goes live on Facebook for the moment she gives a person the keys.
Yeah, because you can't get that moment back.
Yeah, and
that's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and every time I watch it, I feel like it's me because she gets there. Most of the time, she's first.
Yes.
So she's there, and she's on Facebook. Hey, we're Facebook Live, and we're about to give a new homeowner keys. And then I start feeling like, oh my God! I start feeling that. And so the last one I watched, it was the young lady. I think she was 24.
Yes.
24 years
Miss
old.
Turquoise. Shout out Miss Turquoise.
Yes, getting her first home. And so
Yes.
you see her like walking up, and then she thought she was just taking pictures.
Yeah.
And she's like posing.
She posed.
She posed.
Hand on the
and
hip.
Martha was like, no, we're
live,
live.
honey.
And she was like, oh my God. So then you can tell she was like getting emotional with trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
And you can just feel
She's like, I'm
the-
laughing now, but I'm going to cry
I'm
later.
gonna cry later. And so you see her like putting the key in the door, and it's like you're there, you're like, oh, and
Exactly.
you open up and you see the home, and she does the walkthrough of the home, and she asks questions. So I love that part, and I know it's not just about the entertainment, but I love shows like that because I
Yeah.
love HGTV as well.
Right.
So it's like a local HG thing. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Starting a TV
Let's
show.
talk about it.
But the Marthella Keys program. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Mainly it's from start to finish. So like sometimes people come to me and their credit is on point. They don't need anything. Like I closed one last week, $360,000 cash, but that's not everyone's situation, right?
Everybody doesn't have
nice
that.
home, 360 cash. It's
nothing.
Let's do it. And so, but then most of I deal with a lot of investors like in that way. But the real heartfelt. For me, the passion comes behind, like I said, starting from the ground up. So initially you want to get pre-qualified and you come in, you give your documentation, running the credit. That's usually scary for most people, but you got to do it. You got to do it. And a lot of times it's not as bad as people thought because time has elapsed and
Right.
those things are not weighing so heavily on the credit anymore. So, we run the credit, we see where you're at. Loan officer asks some questions and just see what we need to do, where the money's coming from. A lot of people don't know they can pull money, without penalty through a lot of 401ks that they've been working for, putting into. And a lot of times companies match that. So you have money sitting there and it's not going to collect.
Wait. Say that again?
Yes, you can
through
pull
the
money
401k that
Yeah.
you're paying into
through your job.
And
They're matching a lot of times
so they're matching what you've already
that
paid.
you're putting in. Yeah.
So if you go, on your check stubs and it has, how much been taken out of your check, that's how we look at it.
Yeah, exactly. You look at
How much y'all take out of my check?
Yeah.
It's really your money, but they're
Yeah,
taking
so
it,
you look at the amount that's been taken out or the total amount that's into the 401k.
Right.
They will match that amount.
Well, it's already
Well, they are
matched
matching it.
They're matching it already.
Because whatever you're paying
Yeah.
per month or per paycheck,
Exactly.
if it's whatever amount that is, they pay that same amount. They match it in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
those of you who've been on the job for a couple of years, go look at your last
Go
check
look.
stub and
And
see how much you
It's a
can
phone
get.
call you want to make.
Yeah.
Call them up. Call your administrator of your 401k and say, hey, how much money do I have in there? How much of that I can take out for? And you got to let them know that you're buying a home, because that's the key in getting no penalty.
Wow.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of people are switching. A lot of companies have been switching out. So you want to do it pretty quick. Because one of my friends, she's a teacher, and they changed her 401k. So now she has to basically withdraw it all in order to, and she has, 100,000 plus in there.
Yeah.
Now they want you to take it all out. So make sure it's a plan A, plan B. Make sure that you know which one you have and when they're planning on switching, if they are, so that you can take advantage of it while you can.
Right. They're always messing up with teachers. leave the teachers alone.
Leave the teachers
know.
alone. I was going to be a teacher initially.
Really?
Growing up, I thought I was going to be a teacher because I just had some great teachers growing up. And then I found out how much they made, and I was like, oh. Hurt my heart.
It was like, no,
hurt my heart. You know,
I'm good. But you still are a teacher in a sense.
I am.
You have the
I'm a
Marthella
financial teacher.
Yeah, a financial teacher.
I love it.
And I know I want to get like so much from you today. So I probably will be asking like tons of questions. But I'm pretty sure these are questions that our listeners have as well. So the first thing is making sure educating yourself. We talked about the Robert Kiyosaki book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and his wife, what's her first name? Kim. Yeah, Kim Kiyosaki, Rich Woman. So educating yourself and starting to learn about the language of finances and that type of thing. Those are good place. That's a good place to start. And also doing your own research about what you have if you're working, your 401k, and understanding. You said there's like a plan A, plan B, but call the administrator of your 401k and find out which one you have, because you might already be in a position to go ahead and start.
Exactly.
Versus I gotta get started. And all that before the whole credit thing?
Yeah. You want to find that out. That's part of the pre-qual, because that's one of the questions we'll ask. Where's your money coming from? So do you have money saved already? Are you getting a gift? A lot of people don't know that you can get a gift from a family member.
So I can just ask you to buy my house?
When I buy the house, the down payment,
give me the money to get the house?
Right.
So you get it, and then I keep it?
No. I gift you the money, the down payment.
I just want to make clear, because there's probably people that think like me. If you're going to do it for me, let's get it done today.
Yeah,
I can call a couple of people.
Well.
Yeah. Well, you can. Make sure they're family. And so with FHA, you need 3.5% down is the typical FHA product, right? Conventional, this is first-time buyers. And then conventional, you can put as low as 5%. And they actually have a 3% program, too. But on top of that, we also have a 1%. A lot of people don't know about that, but you have a 1%. Your score has to be a little bit up there, not too much out of reach though. And so I do credit repair also, so you get to see me about that. But with that program, you literally can put 1% down. So a $300,000 house, you bring $3,000 to the table on top of your closing costs, and usually I'm able to negotiate with the seller on your behalf to get some of that money. So say your closing costs are $8,000, and if I can get about $6,000 or so from the seller, you have additional $2,000. So with $3,000 for your down payment and the $2,000 additional for the closing costs, you can get in for $5,000 or so. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
$300,000 house.
Wow.
That's not bad at all. Now, I know for me, when you talk about buying a home, the first thing people say is, I have bad credit.
Yes.
My credit is bad. It's horrible. I got a 500 and something. Ain't nobody giving me nothing.
And that's where most people stop, right?
That's where we stop, because we've gone online to try to get a loan and we got denied.
Right. Or a credit card.
Or a credit card, and they were like, nope.
Yeah.
And we really don't get the whole credit situation now. I'm just now learning about credit. Because I've been working and investing, and I went with a credit union to try to help my credit and get all this other type of stuff, and I'm learning about the balance. Because what I've learned in the Black community is that we are not taught about the truth about finances, but even credit. Because growing up, I was told, don't get a credit card.
And that was it.
Just don't get a credit card. So what did I do when I moved to Atlanta at 17, 3,000 miles away from home? Bank of America gave me a wonderful student credit card with a $1,500 credit limit to help with my credit. So I spent $1,500 and didn't know I had to give it back. I'm like, oh, wait, no. I got to get this money back? I don't have a job. Y'all knew I wasn't working. I'm in college.
And you gave it to me anyway.
Right. You gave me this credit card knowing I wasn't working. I had, and...
I'm in school, y'all.
I'm in school. But I had been working. I first started working at age 13. Shout out to our other cousin, Patricia Williams.
Hey.
She's one of the regional managers at McDonald's. And one good thing about our family is that if you ever want to work, your first job more than likely is going to be McDonald's, because she's going to hook you up with a job. So my first job was McDonald's on Wilson Way. Then I went to the one on Center Street and then back to Wilson Way. And I worked there for 4 years during high school. So I understood how to make money, but the money management part wasn't good. And I'm speaking specifically to the Black community because
to me,
because what I was taught, especially growing up in church, in Black church, is the only thing I needed to manage was my tithe. So I got my check, take 10%, give it to the church, give an offering, and then the rest you do whatever you want to do with it. And it just created that habit of, even as adults, well, I gave my tithe, so God is going to bless me, but now I want a house at 40.
Right.
And now we mad waiting on God to bless us. And I'm like, well, I didn't have a savings. I wasn't taught about, and shouts out to my mom and parents and older. They did the best that they could with what they had.
Right.
That's not a blame. But understanding saving the money, how much we can have saved, put away. And you think about, man, if I just saved $100 a month since then, in my mid-30s, I could be in that group of the 300 and something, cash, ready now.
Right.
But now that we're at this point as adults that have bad credit.
So you have to save more aggressively now.
What can we do? Like, where do we go? Let's just say worst case scenario, we have no job. We have bad credit. We don't know where to go. What can we do? Is there no hope? Is it we got to look another 5-10 years?
You said no job?
Yeah, no job.
Yeah, you have to have a job.
You got to.
How are you going to make the payment?
But I thought you said somebody can give a gift.
They can give a gift. Oh, you know people that give
you
$360,000?
got to have somebody that wants to give you that money, right?
Oh, so we have to have a steady income?
Yeah, you have to have a steady income.
okay.
What I mean is your gift for your down payment.
Oh, well,
Yes.
I thought somebody was just going to pay my bills for me.
No.
That's part right there.
Yeah.
Where they at?
Maybe we need to take some steps back with you.
Oh, okay. I need to go
We're
back.
going to start with the fact you can have a job.
Have a steady income.
Have a steady income.
Okay.
And even if you have Social Security or any form of income coming in,
Okay.
as long as it qualifies for the dollar amount that you're looking at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's the step of pre-qualifying. So we find out how much money you make, how much money you have saved, and then what your debt to income ratio is. So basically how much debt you have going out every month according to what you make. And so that's going to give us your debt to income ratio, and that's going to dictate how much house you can buy.
Or how much loan? And anytime you get a loan.
Yes.
I used to work at a credit union, and that's it.
That's
where,
it. That's income.
How much money do you have? What are you paying?
Yep.
What aren't you paying? What do you owe?
Yes.
Is it all 9999999 all down your credit report? That means that you're not paying, that you haven't been paying.
Exactly.
Are they paid? Are you making payments? Is it ones? Is it twos?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And that's what it is.
Yeah. So you have to, the key thing, like if you want to start today and you say I have a year goal or whatnot, what you want to do is start making your payments on time. It's never too late. And so I tell people, I don't tell you you can't, I show you how you can. So how you can, if you're starting today, make your payments on time on every single credit card loan that you have available to you right now. Now, a lot of people think, okay, I'm going to get my credit together and I'm going to pay everything off. Don't do that. Please don't do that. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to pay it off, so that's going to make it better. That doesn't always make it better. What it does is for old collections, say it was 5 years old, 6 years old, what you did is just bring life into a dead situation because you paid on it. So now your date of it being removed from your credit automatically without effort is 7 years. So what you did is just revive that for 7 more years. So you don't want to touch that because it goes from the date of the last activity.
Oh, okay.
So don't touch that bad credit. See a counselor first. See a loan counselor first.
Okay, so
they can give you
what
direction.
what do you do in a
So
situation like that? So let's say you're someone who's had bad credit, you have unpaid accounts, which is how it works, right? You look at your
Right.
credit report, I owe these medical bills,
Right.
I owe bills to PG&E, Comcast, whatever the bills are, right? You haven't paid them, but you have to go back and you're like, okay, I want to take care of my finances and take care of my credit so that way if I want better things in the future, I can do that. Where do you start?
You start by calling me, 209-430-7330. Okay, so like I was saying, don't touch it. It's, if you haven't touched it and it's been bad, only thing I want you to do is start making payments on time and come see me. Because what we do is
Start making payments to those accounts.
To the accounts that your current accounts, not the old.
Don't go back
collections.
to the old.
Don't touch the collections
Start
at all.
with what you have
Don't touch
now.
the collections at all. Don't pay a penny toward them. Because what you want to do is first, let's see where you're at.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's a quick fix and you just didn't know it was a quick fix. So like your credit is like this. It's based on how much credit you've been given and how you do by it. So say you have 3 credit lines or 3 credit cards. Okay. You've been paying on time. But the problem is you're maxed out every single month. Bad. What you want to do is keep your account for what they gave you to 30%. That's the key.
That's another thing I didn't get.
And if you can't get to 30, at least get to half at all times.
Oh no, I was at like 99% all the time.
Yeah, no. So if they gave you $1,000,
keep it 30% spent.
30, right? So basically on $1,000. $1,000, right? Okay. On $1,000 credit line. So let's say you got a credit card, Bank of America, whoever, for $1,000. You want to keep that balance at $300 and below. Period. Period. Now, sometimes you're like, oh, I ain't got, I spent it $1,000. I don't have $700 to pay for it right now. Well, put half of it, Yeah. But the closer you get to half, better to 30%, the better your score is going to be automatically. I mean, you can have the same thing, 3 credit cards. I'm maxed out. You're not. You're at 50% or 30% of the amount they gave you. Your score is going to be higher than mine, period. Yeah.
Now, I'm being sarcastic in my questions. I want everybody to know that. Because she did tell me this stuff. And, I started my journey on a good note, I started the journey a year ago.
About a year ago.
But I just want to make sure these are the thoughts and the things that I was saying before I got the truth about my finances. Yeah. I was saying the same thing. I went and I was like, okay, I'm with a credit union now. They started me out with only $500 because I did have, I had a steady income. I was doing direct deposit, which actually helped. Exactly. I didn't even know that looked better with a bank versus me depositing the check into the bank. And so I did a refinance for my car, and then that's when I learned how many credit lines I needed, because I was like, okay, I got a credit card, my credit's good. They're like, no. You just have one credit card and refinance your car. You gotta get some stuff to show.
They like to see 3 trade lines.
Right.
Yes, they like to see 3 trade lines.
And so once I did that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you guys gave me $500 to get to spend $500.
That's what most people think. No.
And so that's why I'm bringing up these questions.
Absolutely.
Not, I'm learning. I'm still on my journey, but I know there are tons of people out there who think just like I did do.
Plenty.
And so that's great. But I think it's time to take a break right now.
Alrighty.
And when we come back, we want to talk more about the process for pre-qualifying. Okay. We'll talk more about the Marthella Keys project or program, how to get involved in that, contact information. Yes. And then I want to hear more about the good stuff of it. There's always work, but I want to get to the good part and the incentive of doing the work.
Okay.
So this is the Rise and Shine 209 morning show. Here I am, Miz J, with London and Alex, and our special guest, Marthella McWilson, financial guru. That's what we're going to call her today. Okay. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
The guru.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.